Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with my daily theology lesson. It's my lesson that I do for it's my meditation that I do for myself. I record it and release it because maybe somebody out there can get something out of it. It's something that I do because I want to become a better principled person, it just so happens that I love God, Never give up on yourself. Love yourself, If you love yourself and nobody else loves you, you'll be okay. If you lost everything, don't give up hope on yourself. You can always rebuild. If you have yourself, you have everything. You have everything. I know it's hard out there. I do. I know it's hard. But you can't give up. Never, find your love, find your joy, find your peace, find your hope. Find it. Find it. Choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's who you serve. Choose God this day. I do my meditations. I focus out of the three major religious texts. A Bible, a Quran, and I'm in an introductory paperback book that's talking about Buddhism, and it's called The Shape of Suffering. And so I meditate out of those texts, and I hit each one at least twice a week normally. So the rotation is back at The Shape of Suffering, and with The Shape of Suffering, I only read a little bit of it at a time, and I'm not gonna read a whole lot of it, and then I'm just gonna pick it up at the next rotation next week. And it talks about the pinnacle rising, and the pinnacle rising, just briefly, it's without no this, there's no that, And if every word has a meaning, and how they interact with each other makes all the difference, and how you relate to it, and then it just starts beginning to tie in the physical connections that can happen as a result of words. Without no this, there's no that. And it's just separating, it's explaining the separation of different systems, okay? In some of these systems called scale-free or scale-invariant, the behavior of their many intersecting feedback loops follows the same pattern on larger and smaller scales. These systems are thus said to be self-similar across scale. For instance, in a Mandelbrot set, the famous fractal set used to illustrate chaos theory, the bug shape of the set as a whole is found repeatedly as one zooms into the fractal at smaller and smaller spatial scales. Another example is turbulence in water or gases, which can be fruitfully studied on many different scales. When subject to different parameter values, the behavior of these systems can change radically, yielding different results, even though they continue to follow the same underlying causal patterns. When the parameter values governing them approach certain threshold or tipping points, the behavior of some complex nonlinear systems can shift from one basin of attraction to another, in which its behavior will exhibit a quantitatively different pattern. An example is water flowing through a pipe, which will display a certain pattern of turbulence when subjected to one set of parameter values, such as the width of the pipe and the speed and the flow of the pressure, and other patterns when the parameter values are increased or decreased to certain threshold levels. In systems such as population dynamics or behavior or financial markets, where these patterns of behavior can be either desirable or undesirable, certain parameter values can cause the feedback loops to form vicious cycles where they make the overall behavior progressively more undesirable, while other parameter values can turn the same feedback loops into various cycles where they make the overall behavior progressively more desirable. So, they had a lot in there. It had a lot in there. It had a lot in there. Just go back and re-listen to it. It talked about, it tied in all kinds of stuff, you know. It related all the different types of systems to each other. You know, just think of the body and different systems in the body. You know, and then the external. Think about the different things that's going on external to that. And then think about, you know, the fluids flowing within your body. You know, and then think about how you interact with everything and everybody around you externally. Or how you think about them or what you're going through and processing it internally. I mean, there's a lot going on. Just go back and listen to it again. I'm not going to hold you, you know. Just don't give up on yourself. I know it's rough out here. I do. Reach out to one person. Try to help somebody. If you don't do anything, you know, if there's something that you can do to help somebody, try to do that. Give back to at least one person. Try to help. If you can help one person, that's good.